As we approach the close of the financial year, it is critical for Danish ApS companies to work through a structured end-of-year checklist that not only meets statutory requirements, but also reinforces sound governance and positions the business for a strong start to the coming year. In this video, we will walk through the key steps you should have on your radar as a Danish private limited company, from financial closing and compliance to governance, tax planning, and strategic follow-up, so you can move into the new year with confidence. We start with your financial reporting and bookkeeping. Ensure that your accounts are fully reconciled. Bank accounts should match your bank statements, intercompany balances should be aligned, and all receivables and payables should be up to date. Review outstanding customer invoices and consider whether any need to be written down as bad debts in line with your accounting policies and applicable Danish accounting standards. Similarly, verify that all supplier invoices for the current year have been received, recorded, and allocated to the correct period, including any accruals for services rendered but not yet invoiced. For stockholding companies, conduct a year-end inventory count and reconcile physical inventory against your books, documenting any discrepancies and ensuring that any write-downs for obsolete or slow-moving stock are justified and properly recorded. Next, take a close look at your fixed assets. Confirm that your asset register is current, including acquisitions and disposals during the year, and that depreciation has been calculated correctly in line with your chosen policies and relevant tax rules. If you have development projects or intangible assets, review whether capitalization criteria are met and whether any impairment indicators exist that would require you to adjust asset values. Once your accounting records are sound, turn to the formal year-end financial statements. Danish ApS companies must prepare an annual report in accordance with the Danish Financial Statements Act, tailored to the company's reporting class. Work with your accountant or auditor to draft the income statement, balance sheet, notes, and management statement, and ensure that they reflect a true and fair view of the company's financial position. If your company is subject to statutory audit, align timelines with your auditor early, share the documentation they will need, and address any issues they raise before the deadline to avoid last-minute surprises. With the financials in progress, focus on corporate governance and mandatory filings. Confirm that the company's share capital, ownership structure, and management information registered with the Danish Business Authority, Erhvervsstyrelsen, are accurate and up-to-date, especially if there have been changes in owners, directors, or the articles of association during the year. Check that your beneficial ownership information is correctly registered. Prepare for the annual general meeting of shareholders, where the annual report is approved, decisions regarding profit distribution or loss coverage are made, and any changes to the board or management are formally resolved. Ensure that minutes are properly documented, signed, and filed, and that any required updates are submitted to the Danish Business Authority within the statutory deadlines. Tax and VAT are the next critical elements of your year-end checklist. Review your corporate tax position, including taxable income, carry-forward losses, and any temporary differences between accounting and tax values. Assess whether there are opportunities for legitimate tax optimization, for example through timing of expenses or investment allowances, while staying fully compliant with Danish tax law. Ensure that tax provisions and deferred tax are correctly calculated and reflected in your accounts. For VAT-registered ApS companies, reconcile your VAT accounts to confirm that all output and input VAT for the year have been correctly reported and that there are no unreconciled balances or missing filings. If you trade cross-border within or outside the EU, check that your reporting of intra-EU supplies, reverse charge mechanisms, and any customs and duties have been handled correctly. Turning to payroll and employees, verify that all salary payments, holiday pay, pension contributions, and other employee benefits have been correctly reported and settled, including year-end reporting to the Danish tax authorities through the relevant systems. For companies with employees covered by collective agreements or specific bonus or commission schemes, confirm that obligations have been calculated, accrued, and communicated transparently. This is also the right time to review employment contracts, update policies, and verify compliance with Danish labor regulations, especially if there have been changes in working time rules, remote work arrangements, or other HR-related matters during the year. Risk management and internal controls should not be overlooked. Conduct a brief but structured review of your key business risks, including financial, operational, legal, and cybersecurity risks. Assess whether existing controls are effective and whether any incidents during the year point to gaps in processes, segregation of duties, or IT security. For many APS companies, this is an opportunity to formalize or update internal guidelines, such as approval limits, expense policies, or data protection procedures, to reduce the likelihood of errors or fraud. If your business processes personal data, verify your ongoing compliance with GDPR, including data processing agreements with suppliers, retention policies, and access controls. With the basics addressed, use the end of the year as a strategic checkpoint. Compare your actual performance against budget and prior years, not just in terms of revenue and profit, but also cash flow, margin development, and key operational metrics. Identify which products, services, or customer segments have driven value and which are underperforming. Reflect on major initiatives undertaken during the year, such as market expansions, digital investments, or organizational changes, and consider what worked, what did not, and why. Based on these insights, refine your budget and business plan for the coming year, aligning financial targets with realistic assumptions about the market, cost structure, and capacity. Finally, make sure you are on top of deadlines. Note the due dates for submitting the annual report to the Danish Business Authority, for paying corporate tax and filing final tax returns, and for any other sector-specific reporting your business might be subject to. Build a simple internal calendar that clearly allocates responsibilities between management, finance, and external advisors, and confirm that everyone understands their role. If you rely on external accountants, auditors, or legal advisors, align expectations early regarding deliverables, timelines, and fees. By methodically working through this end-of-year checklist, covering financial closing, statutory reporting, governance, tax and VAT, payroll compliance, risk, and strategy, you not only fulfill your legal obligations as a Danish ApS company, but also create a disciplined foundation for decision-making. As you complete these steps, capture lessons learned and process improvements so that each year-end becomes more efficient and more value-creating than the last, enabling your company to enter the new year with clarity, control, and renewed strategic focus.